All right, guys, everybody, I'm going to record for about a few minutes. I'm going to give everybody about 10 minutes to get here, the people that are usually latecomers on Thursday. And then I'm going to go unrecorded if anybody has any deals to talk about. Then I'm going to do the update on reindeer and the status before I go and record it. So let me just go real quick up to you guys. Dutch, what's going on? How are you? Oh, you're on your phone. I can come back to you. How you feeling?
No, I'm all right.
You feeling better?
I just got off the road. Left about 1:30 down to Newport News, picking up my car up to Williamsburg to get just about a chiropractor. Had dinner and hour drive back home. So if I'm not off, it's not your fault.
No, no, I get it. Dude, I know you. I know everything you've been doing, so I'm good at that, dude. Eric, I just talked to Eric earlier, so on Messenger, so should be all good. Cool.
Yeah, I was just going to text Eric to see if he was coming on.
Yeah, I know some people are going to Stan because Stan Orlasky, our guy from Washington State, he's hosting a thing for LegalZoom. So, and I'm letting him kind of promote it because I got it myself and it helped me out in a situation. So I'm letting him kind of promote to the group if anybody wants to look at, LegalZoom through. It's helpful for other things other than real estate.
You know where he lives in Washington? That's where I'm from originally.
He's in, I think he's in Spokane. Because we had two people. We were short on people from Washington, and we got two people in the same week. It was like weird. When Laura should be on now, she just upgraded to associate. We did a trial thing like to help people come in. They could come in for $100 and evaluate it, and if they had and then they could upgrade. And we literally had everybody upgrade. Literally, so that's a pretty good thing. We had 10 people do it, and they all upgraded to the full associate with revenue share. So that's a pretty good. We have a really good track record. I mean, like I said in Messenger today, we haven't had anybody ask for a refund in the 4 years we've done this group. And we've evolved.
Oh, no, I love everything you presented to me, and thank you for your patience. I mean, I'll just flat out, like right now, financially, like there's a reason I got into this, and it's because I'm going out backwards with my wife working out of the country, or she's her father passed away suddenly. She's back with the family. And so I gotta find something that gets me back ahead, and I'm using what I have left to make something happen.
Cool. I mean, we can talk about that offline too, and I'll try to see what we can do for you. Tonight's a good night just so you kind of observe and absorb, kind of absorb what we're already doing. I usually just do a round robin, and then on Thursdays I'll take the recording off, and then I'll try to get,
Yeah, no, I really want to get a good handle on it because I'm the poor contractor that does fix and flips the actual work. So I'm trying.
We got a whole bunch of resources for you, like contractor wise, scope of work, schedules, all kinds of stuff. So
No,
yeah,
yeah, no, and I'm kind of trying to get out of that. I'm getting tired. I've kind of been my own one man army, and at this hurricane that was hitting Florida, it's kind of just everything's dead for right now.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of yeah. That's what Danny's doing right now with Agents Gather too, because he has a license in Florida, and his son goes to college there, and he's actually put up live cams and stuff from Florida on Agents Gather, which is kind of cool. So he has a lot of good information from the hurricane. So helping people. So
That's
cool. All right, let me go around and do the round robin real quick, and then we'll come back and I'll update everybody on reindeer. Let me go ahead and see what's go up. Hey Anita, how are you? I'm trying to get you off. Don't hit the wrong
I'm
button.
good. How are you?
Good. How are you? So how you working on that property still?
I'm still holding on to it. I hadn't heard anything since our last meeting, so
Okay.
just sitting.
Because I know Kevin was working. He said he was talking to you about it. I don't know. It's a weird
Yeah,
situation.
he was gonna look at some stuff, and I hadn't heard from him since our last meeting. So
I know he kind of got pulled away to do his or his brother's probate and
yeah,
his brother's estate, which is kind of a sudden. So I mean,
yeah,
it ended up being a pretty good mess. So their family has a lot of different things. Obviously, automotive dealerships and real estate and all that. They own a bank. So
yeah.
so
Thankfully, our guy is willing to sit and hold for the moment. So he's a friend, so it's all good.
All right. Well, let me know if you need anything. Maybe some of the people in the group we can, who knows how's an idea for you.
Okay.
Maybe Monday night we could actually, if you're able to come on Monday, I can talk to you over the weekend and see if there's any way I can help you.
All
Um,
right, sounds good.
so talk to some of my title people and stuff, see if they got any ideas for you.
All right, sounds awesome.
Cool. All right, let me go to Bill since he's been on. Bill, what's going on? How's Grand Junction?
Grand Junction is good. Mother-in-law is gone. Yay. No, I'm just joking. She was here for 2 weeks ago. I mean, come on, 2 weeks.
So,
Um, I funded an EMD yesterday of 5,000. I'm doing another one of 2,500 tomorrow, and my $1,000 one just closed, so I got that back. So that's picking up and doing good.
oh yeah, I mean, I told you, yeah, everybody's just kind of doing that stuff with Gwen is just doing. I mean, is doing good. I know Zeke's going to be on. Well, Ginger just signed on. She's done some deals with Gwen, so everybody will like that. And I'll kind of run through it real quick when I do the update before I go unrecorded. And then if we don't have anybody working actively that wants to go unrecorded, we can stay recorded. I just trying to offer that to people who have deals. So because some people are still trying to make an adjustment to what goes on in our group that's different. Like, hey, you can talk about stuff more open than you can on a general Facebook page with 30,000 people.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. Well, that's all good news.
Yeah.
Anything else you're working on?
Not yet. Excuse me. I'm working with Gwen here pretty soon on getting my next property. I'm going to find the property first. She wants me to do another facility like I have currently, but I think I want to go with a rental first before I do another facility.
Cool. Well, that'd be good. And then we got the, obviously the resources in the group for you. So that should be awesome.
Yep.
So cool. All right. So I know Zeke was in Colorado last week, but a few weeks ago. So I was trying to say this is perfect timing, but he was in the wrong part. I'm in the wrong part, and you're in the wrong part. I'll be just together in a heartbeat. So,
Right.
And unfortunately, it's coming to the part in the winter where when it starts snowing, where I don't want to drive over Vail Pass.
Right. Yeah. Neither do I.
No, I used to have to do that when I did the fire stuff, and I lived in Steamboat. I had to go to Rabbit Ears Pass a lot when I lived in Steamboat. So, all right, cool. Let me get to some other people real quick, and then I'll come back to you, and then we'll open it up. Hey, Scott, what's going on? How's
Yeah, excuse me, it's been a little while, but
hey, no problem. We're here.
just enjoying 73 and sunny here in Southern California, but looking got a bunch of LOIs out for self-storage. Sellers are still being not in the right place, but
Yeah.
and at the same time looking for equity investors for self-storage, looking for like seller finance deals in storage, and then obviously equity to finish it, and value add 30,000 square feet plus, or boat and RV storage. And let's see, I'm repping Pad Split, and I think for California, and I think I've got them to finally fly out here and give their spiel, so that should be some fun. And so if anybody's interested in co-living homes in Southern California, let me know. And that's what I got going on.
Okay, and then like I said, I will. Okay, real quick, Marjorie, to answer your question, talk to Ari. I'll connect you. You probably already talked to him, so I'll make sure. Ari's the guy.
Yeah. I mean, it's as far as storage. I mean, it's.
Oh,
I don't think that's up his alley.
no, I was trying to because Margie asked a question, so before I answered yours, I was just going to answer his
Oh.
real quick. She asked who's the good for IRAs and stuff. Talk to Ari, Marjorie, and I'll get to you anyway in a second. So yeah, Scott, so a lot of good stuff going on there. I also want to hook you up with Matt Moreland because he's in Santa Barbara, and also Chris and Megan. I can't pronounce her last name. Gagnon. I want to. They're in like the San Diego area, so we got 4 or 5 of you in Southern California, and then we got somebody in Northern California as well, which is awesome. So we got 5 people. Eva's out there too. I think she's in Southern California, so we should have 5 or 6 people there. So that'd be good to have a little network there in California. And then I know
But,
Stan, Lauren's on, I don't know if she's on now, but Laura and Stan are both in Washington State. So we pretty much got the Pacific now. We didn't have hardly anybody up in the Northwest, Pacific Northwest. So yeah.
do I have to take notes or are you gonna remember?
No, I can kind of remember what we're looking for
All right,
self-storage and all that. And then what I want to do is like I'll kind of do a thing for everybody. What kind of generally helps people get traction a little bit more in the group, because there's a lot of people that hit me up for that. So I'll do that as an update once I get around to everybody else. I got to talk to Sheena and Marjorie, and then I'll do a Ginger, and I'll do a thing for everybody kind of at once. I want to do kind of an update for everybody at one time, and I'll go over that. There's a way that people kind of, I try to tell people individually, but just to kind of keep putting it on the recording of how to maximize the group, get more exposure when people post. So let me do that, and then I'll come back around. Cool. So let me get to Sheena real quick. How are you, Sheena?
Thank you. I'm doing good. I'm similar to Scott, submitting LOIs and trying to build relationships and networks to find me a multifamily sponsor.
Okay. So you're gonna do like you're looking for a loan there, or you're looking for an investor type?
I will be looking for both.
Okay.
And the reason why is one, if I get it on my own, I would need the loan. But two, if I'm able to find a multifamily sponsor, they might be able to use whatever lender I recommend.
Okay. I'm gonna recommend you talking to obviously Casey with Life Changing and Addison, who's with Life Changing as well. They're both in the group, and I'll CC you with them. And then also Ari again. Ari's got some really good connections there in that space, and he's got a lot of good stuff going on down the south. I think he may still be deployed to the hurricane because he's a paramedic. He may be back this weekend. I think his deployment. He was only deployed for the first one. I believe he was on standby though. I don't think he actually went. So I'll try to connect you with Ari, and then I'll try to connect you with Casey and Addison as well. And that way you got some people down there. And then if anybody else is interested in talking to Sheena, let me know and I'll connect you guys as well. So she's got some good stuff going on down there in that area of the country. So that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Multifamily is going to be good right now. It's going to be a good opportunity with the market, the economy, the market, and all that. So pretty happy there.
All right, thank you.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll do that as soon as we were off tonight. I'll make those connections. All right, let me go to, hey Ginger, what's up? How are you? Let me try to get you unmuted. There
There we
you
go.
go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing good. Just busy working on my other job too tonight. So it's like back. So I'm
Yeah.
listening.
I just sold some hot sauce earlier, so I was
Did
like,
you?
I was doing, yeah.
Yeah.
I was out this
Yeah.
afternoon. I sold it to a restaurant chain,
Right. Right.
so
Yeah.
it helps to get a little. That's just a little bit of I can consistent income on it.
Yeah. Well, this is
Perfect.
my day job. But we have to work nights sometimes when we have to take down server. So I gotta
Cool.
I gotta update stuff tonight. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still doing the EMD stuff. I got like 3 that are out still. They should be clearing here next week. Coming back
Cool.
into my account with some interest, So
Yeah, and then Zeke's done 6. Bill just did his first one, so we got some people
yeah, I'm
doing.
about 6 now. I think 6, 7, somewhere in there. So,
Yeah, and if anybody's on tonight, let me kind of while we're talking about EMD and gap funding, keep in mind if you're new to the group, Gwen has a great program, as Ginger and Zeke, and now even Bill can attest to. So it's awesome. She does all the backgrounds and make sure you know no, it's a great program. The only thing I think the only complaint we've ever had is we need more deals. So if anybody's in Facebook groups that you see people asking for EMD and gap funders, let, let me know, and then I'll give you the forms you can send them, and I'll connect you with Gwen so you can directly refer them to her, and then she'll appreciate that. And anybody in our group, like Ginger and Bill and Zeke and all that, they'll appreciate it. And if you guys want to do your own EMD loans and stuff, I'll hook you up with Gwen as well. She does everything for you. I mean, literally just helps helps you pick out. I think you're just 6. I think Zeke's at 6. I think Doris has her first one, and I think Bill's got his first one. So that's a pretty good deal to be able to have 50. I think we started that. I think we really got busy in mid-June with that. So to have 15 deals go out already, I'd like to get more. I'd like to be able to do a lot. I'd like to be able to get 20, 25 people in there doing at least a deal a week each. But it's everybody, we kind of have to compete against, the group you guys know we have to compete against. And we're better than them, or we're better rates than them. Anybody knows, I mean, we're like much better rate than Gators. So if you see people out there looking for Gator, some fun, send them Gwen's way or send them my way. Then I can connect them
Yeah.
with Gwen.
We really need them. I mean, all the ones I've done the same person. So, she's rocking it, but we need some more people to
No,
spread
and
the,
and I'll take
so-
it as long as that's the only issue we've had. We'll just
yeah,
do
yeah.
more deals.
Mhm. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because everybody's made other money back in their ROI,
Right.
which is a good thing. And sometimes people do their own and they don't have Gwen's thorough. She
Yeah.
knows what she's doing, so it's a good thing.
Paperwork's good, so that's right.
Yeah, and so the you guys who haven't met Gwen, I tried to invite her on tonight. She's just busy. She was a Federal Reserve banker, so she worked for the Kansas City branch of the Federal Reserve. So she was pretty high up there, like a senior banker. So she is very thorough on her paperwork. It's almost like when she worked for the Reserve. I always forget if the Reserve is government or not. I think it's like, I forget if it's actually, but she's very thorough, guys, and nobody's ever lost a penny loaning through her. So it's awesome. So if anybody's interested in loaning through her, or if you need to borrow EMD, but like I said, if you're in these other groups I see people in, because I know I've met pretty much everybody in the group and other groups, refer them to me or refer them to Gwen, and we'll get them funded. And you can tell them they'll have a better experience because you guys hear it here on our Zooms, so everybody can talk about how great. Oh, that's the only complaint. We just need more deals. So pretty happy with that. All right, cool. You got anything else, Ginger? Or?
No, I'm good for tonight.
Cool. All right. Marjorie. What's going on?
Hey Nate, hi
Hey,
everyone. Well, my buyer fell through, and so we're looking at, other ways to see how we can get these properties under contract. So I partner with Philip
yeah.
in Cali, so he has a wholesaler that has access to Investor Lift. So we'll see if we can.
Yeah, that's a pretty good list.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good list. So I'm pretty, it's one of those things I see a lot of, and I've heard good things about it. I've never done it.
Yeah.
But Investor List, but yeah, that'd be awesome. Do you want to kind of just real quick tell people what you got available, just in case anybody in the group is, whether they're on or whether they're going to watch the recording?
Yeah, right now I have a property in Freeport. It's a two-story, 41 acres, not 0.41 acre. And it's 15,000. It needs a full gut. And then I have one in West Frankfort, Illinois, 2-story, huge lot. Detached garage. That one needs light rehab, and it's 65,000. ARV is 120. That's pretty much what I have now.
Okay.
So
Here's the other thing, and I'm going to go back to everybody that's like Scott and everybody who's asking about like getting exposure in the group. So that this could help too if you post them, but you want everybody. Here's the number one thing: post deals individually. Don't like post 2 or 3 together, because then people kind of I start going different directions. So post deals, and this will help you, Marjorie and Scott, as well. Anybody has a deal, post it there, and then CC me, put at Nate at every one of them. I did suggest a few weeks ago using the at everyone, and then people were like, no, so don't use that everyone. I don't think anybody who's not an admin or moderator can even do that. So you just CC me, but post it in the group. That'll get you exposure. The other thing is on Agents Gather, and Danny did some updates today. It was down for a couple hours. I had somebody hit me up. Hey, it's down. Danny checks it. Sometimes he does it at night, but he has Declan came home for his son Declan goes to University of Tampa, so he flew home to be home, so staying there for the hurricane. So Danny was working with Declan on it because he's on it, getting it up. It's going to be awesome, but you guys want to definitely talk to Danny if you haven't yet talked to him. I mean, a lot of people have signed up, but they haven't actually had a conversation. He's willing to, I know, I mean, you can probably talk about when Eric spent 3 hours on the phone with Danny. I was like, wow, you guys spent 3 hours on the phone there. So you guys want to talk to Danny. you can post your deals on Agents Gather. You don't have to post them in the MLS section. That's the only thing I can't provide as part of the comp thing that Danny's doing, because Danny's exchanging content with everybody in the group for helping him launch, because it's at 50,000 pages indexed. Another 40,000 pages are getting indexed by Google. Eventually that's going to be like a week, because we're going to get, and so he's, asking people to post like once a week or 2 or 3 times a month at least. You guys can set up a group. You can set up postings. I mean, Ginger, I saw yours there a couple weeks ago. You posted that one about Orson Hill. Orson Hill Realty is Danny's real estate company in Evergreen. So you guys can post. I mean, he can guide you, and you can do small little posts, or you can do full blogs, or you can do groups. But if you got properties, list them there, because when you put them in hashtags, and if you talk to Danny, obviously him being a realtor at Evergreen, he also, I think he was putting MJ's deals up for her on his Orson Hill page, I think. So I think he worked out something with her. So he's willing at this point, like I said, he's giving me the comp account as part of your membership, which is normally he charges $20 a month, and then it's like $100 a year, $179 for lifetime. So it's already included basically. And you guys, that's where Reindeer is going to be hosted at. So I'll explain Reindeer in the update what I'm working on right now with that. But that'll be a good way for you to get exposure. And if you're looking for buyers, you're looking for investors, there are some key things, and Danny will talk about it. Some, like if you're going to post like lending stuff, you have to be truthful in lending and all that stuff to be, otherwise Google dings him. And he does have, there's going to be 2 sides. There's going to be an Agents Gather. He does all the like realtors, appraisers, title companies, all those mortgage brokers all on one side. We're the other side, Reindeer, for investors and stuff. Not that you guys can't interact. So I think the opportunity to build relationships with everybody on that side, I'm calling the conventional side of real estate, is going to be there. So you'll be able to hook up with agents. But like I said, Danny was doing SEO and optimization with Google stuff before anybody even knew what it was. He used to have marketing, and he builds all this stuff himself. So, Agents Gatherers, he kind of modeled a little bit after Active Rain. I don't know if anybody knows what Active Rain is. It's activerain.com. There's 300,000 people on there. I'm sure they're not all paid, but there's, if they have 1% or 2% of those people are paying, that's a pretty good deal. They have a couple of different packages. So he's built it better. I think it's a lot better. He basically took everything he didn't like about it, which was about 90%. So if you guys have talked to Danny on the Zooms, know he's pretty opinionated about that. But it's awesome. So Active Rain is really huge. I think honestly, I tell people my goal is to have 10,000 monthly subscribers actively paying every month in 5 years, which is great because you guys will get your revenue share from that. So it's awesome. So I just want to make sure, that you guys are using those resources. So Scott and, Marjorie and anybody, Anita, anybody that's in the group has access to that. Just making sure you get your group and try, and, if you need to help find me and stuff so we can connect. I know there's a couple weeks that Bill and I had finally got connected. I want to make sure you guys take, because it's a phenomenal resource, and you can do backlinks. You can get all kinds of, and then, like I said, with Reindeer, we're also going to have a directory. So I'll go on to Reindeer real quick, and then if anyone wants to talk more in depth, we can go unrecorded, or we can just stay recorded. So with Reindeer right now, the goal is is to have it up this month. I'm doing some final stuff with some attorneys on disclaimers. Not that I have to worry about with the associates, but obviously with subscribers, they'll have a thing they have to check off, like 2 or 3 different things they have to acknowledge. I could check, almost like when anything you check in with the government online, you have to, do a check mark. People will actually have to read the terms. At least they'll have to scroll through it. That's to show that through terms and conditions and stuff, because we want to kind of vet. It's kind of just a way to vet, put a few minor things in there where people have to at least read some stuff. So what I'm going to do, and you guys saw me this morning and see me the last couple mornings at 7:50, I'm going to have 3 videos there that are going to be open they're going to be on Zoom, they're going to be on YouTube, open to the public. One's going to be an orientation, introduction, just what it's all about for people outside the group that are going to be subscribing. Another one I'm going to actually show people how I would, if I'm doing 4 or 5 different disciplines, if I'm loading EMD, if I'm doing flips, if I'm, 3 or 4 different things, I'm going to show people in the video how I recommend setting up your folders, because you guys all know when you're doing all kinds of stuff, you got all kinds of folders on your computer and stuff. How I set it up for more efficiency. So I'm talking about front office versus back office, because then I can start actually showing people when I start placing those things in those folders. People will see how many resources we actually have for you. And keep in mind, guys, everything that's in files tab, the only thing that sucks is Facebook doesn't let me organize it the way I did. I started renaming some of them this week, like the reindeer deal analyzer. I got the reindeer scope of work, schedule, which is awesome. So anybody that's doing rehab or scope of work wants to look at. I got a simple one. I got a more extended one. I got a rehab budget one, which is I got 3 or 4 different versions of like scope of work. So you can be as if you got a small, if you're doing a cosmetic, you're painting, doing some changing some appliances, things like that. You can get a small one, a smaller one that's maybe 1 page or 2 pages of just putting in your, putting in your expenses and what you're doing, and then when your draws are. But I got one all the way up it goes up to like 12 weeks of draws, and it's pretty extensive. I mean, it starts at permit, ends with staging, and I even have a section that even has like if you're putting fire extinguishers or like ring cameras, which is great. I love ring cameras and ADT. You guys know with my background, having been a fire chief and stuff, I loved ADT, and I was like on the board for our dispatch center. So it was incredible. If you guys ever, it was Ring and ADT, you guys can do a lot of stuff, and you can actually get a package. I don't think as much as a Ring, but if you go through ADT, you go through a local dealer, they can set it up where you can transfer your ADT account to a buyer, which is a good selling point. I'm gonna, hey, I'm giving you 2 years of ADT monitoring. They're awesome. I mean, ADT's been around since the 1800s when the firefighters used to, have horses, which I can't even imagine now. When they used to have that thing they used to pump like this. It's a lot different now, but we want to make sure that guys that you have all the resources. Every resource is available to you. You can download it, you can change it, use file, find and replace. If there's something you feel that's lacking, let me know and I'll get it. My goal is by the end of 2025 is to have 165. I made that list. You guys who have been in the group for a while saw me post that, a list of 165 different documents and things that real estate investors need. I have a lot of those. I have fewer. I'm missing fewer of those than I have. So out of that list, it's already good. So over the next year, by the end of the next year, I'm planning to have all those organized, categorized on Reindeer, and then also a video showcase. I'm not going to call it an explainer because the lawyers are like, there's some things when you show people how to do it, if they screw something up, they, it's liability. So like I said, that goes into the phase 3. So I'll do the phases again so people know, and I'll go over revenue sharing, and then we'll go back to if anybody wants to talk deals, we can go recorded, unrecorded. So obviously phase 1, and we're in phase 1 right now. Once we launch, once the day I push the button, I'll tell you guys will have 90 days to migrate, meaning you're already in, you'll get a code, you're free for life, never have to worry about it. So you'll have 90 days. We have 156 people in the group. Not everybody's in there. There's spouses. So people come in with their spouses, things like that. So there's some people that are spouses. There's some people that work for Life Changing, some other people that that are more like support personnel who aren't in the associates. And then there's also, myself, Kevin, Jesse, a few other people that work with us. Paul Hagee, who's going to be my CFO, he's in the group because he kind of monitors stuff. So anybody who doesn't migrate by the end of that 3 months or whatever, I'm asking everybody to migrate within 90 days. And then I'm asking everybody to post at least one, work out some of the Danny. I'm hoping more than once a month, but my minimum requirements at least once a month, something on Pages Gather, because that'll help you guys. Everybody knows how index pages works. The more index pages, the better. SEO is going to help all you guys when you do post it. Literally, you can post something in 5 to 10 minutes, and Danny will be happy with it, and it'll help you get traction. It'll actually bring you guys name recognition, bring you some traffic to yourself. You can bring it to your Facebook page, your website. Phase 2 will be launched probably February, March. And phase 2 will be the communities and the guides that I talked about. You can actually start your own community there. If you're really good at fix and flips and you want to run the fix and flip community, you'll be good. And then, but I also challenge people. I'm challenging everyone to do something that you're not comfortable with, as far as doing, but you want to. Let's say you want to get into storage. You don't have the background now. But why not be the community leader for self-storage? Because then you're going to work with the guides, which I'm going to explain now. So you'll actually get to start developing those resources, those relationships of something that you want to do, but maybe you're not quite ready for yet. So it's a great way to exponentially increase your opportunity there and advance your knowledge and skills base. So the guides will be people that I'm using like the community college or the trade school kind of theory of having people that can teach, but it's not your full-time job. We're not looking for gurus, mentors. So we're going to have a selection process. and people will have to make their own videos, their own curriculum, go in those areas. So we'll get the self-storage people, we'll get the, we'll get the short-term rental people, we'll get the lenders in there talking to people. So in phase one, subscriptions, you guys remember, are all in for life already. Phase one's $99 a month. Everybody that joins during phase one will pay $99 for life. Phase two will go, every phase will be a $50 increase. Phase two, there'll be a $50 increase that will cover compensating the guides. So we'll actually be able to, you guys have your revenue sharing, they'll have some sharing as well. And that way we'll be doing it more based on kind of performance, like how many people you are able to help along to guide. We're looking for guides. We're looking to almost have people mirror you. So if you're really good at short-term rentals, you have people kind of maybe mirror your deals, kind of see what's going on. It's going to be awesome. Phase three is going to be the first of its kind. We're going to have a legal center. It's all going to be attorneys. I'm not even going to be there myself, other than just the intro video. I'm going to have attorneys. There's going to be a $50 price increase on the subscriptions. So it goes to $140, goes to $199 a month. That $50 is going to compensate attorneys. So they can do overwatch and oversight of all the contracts, LOIs, all the legal stuff. And they can provide videos. They can do videos where they can do a little bit of, here's some legal assist, kind of like LegalZoom, but all for real estate investors. So you guys need something that's REC approved in Texas or California. I may have something I've heard. If it's something that's specific to the state, we'll have the lawyers who can actually make sure that you're getting what you need. Give me a second. I got a couple more people. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta step away real quick.
Hey, Scott, can you go over the co-living again? I missed it. I came in a little bit late.
Yeah, I know a couple people are in right now trying to get you all in. Survey should be on, Maria. And cool. Let's see. I'll kind of give you guys a little update again real quick. So the thing about it is, so phase three, like I said, will be a legal center, like a legal Zoom. You'll be able to get some legal assistance. 4 and 5, really not going to go in too much. It's going to be a lot of AI trying to do lead generation and stuff, and also getting some funding together. That's coming out of me and Kevin and Jesse. So there's $50 and $50 again. So eventually tops out at $299 a month. Is what, but you guys are, like I said, you guys are all in for life, so you don't have to worry about that. Instead, you'll actually be making money off of this, off these. So revenue sharing will kick in at 100 subscribers. There's 125 people, so it's $30 per month. So it's not sexy at $24 a month. I get it, but at 1,000 subscribers, which I think will reach probably within 6 months to 9 months, that's $240 a month. So it's a good opportunity. Eventually, you guys, when you bring people to the group and stuff like that, you know that you guys are making a little bit of money. It's not supposed to make everybody rich, but it's kind of a nice thing to actually be in one of the few groups where you actually get paid for being in the group after you joined it. So that's kind of the schedule of Reindeer. And like I said, I get, like, some people laugh for a second. I tell them it's who we are and what we do: real estate investors, networking, disposition, education, empowerment, and resources. So we have all the resources in one place you need. It sucks on Facebook. I literally am frustrated for everybody because I want to be able to give you guys, I want it to be easy to use, easy to navigate. Obviously, Facebook isn't going to build it. Danny's building, and Danny and I are going to build it so user friendly and so easy to navigate that you guys are going to be like, this is the best thing. It may even be better than sliced bread. It's really, and that's why I'm kind of taking a few little time, a little bit more time to do it right. Because I think so I'm looking maybe November 1st of being able to go active, where you guys can migrate, and you got the 90 days. That gives you to the end of January. I know we get the holidays and stuff. So when you migrate, you just basically are an agent's gather, and then you just go get your code for Reindeer, and you go in there, and you log in. You'll build a direct, you'll get to ask some questions, your name, if you got a company name, how to contact you, your email, you got a website, you got social media, what you do, where you are, so if you're just doing deals in Houston, Texas, and that's all you're doing, you can put Houston, and you can put that you're exclusive to that area. If you're open to other deals, we're going to put a directory together because we don't have that in the group. Like I said, unfortunately, Facebook, when we started this in 2020, basically it was, everybody was depressed. I mean, the whole world was down. So I started this in like August, and we've had the first 13 people sign up. They paid the $3.97. We've only raised it $2 because it wasn't really like going to be. We didn't know how long it was going to be. I mean, we thought maybe we'd be 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and then we'd go back to our real estate, what we were doing. We were going to launch Private Money University. Reindeer came out of that, this group and that. So, and it was going to be a lot. For those of you guys who haven't heard it yet, that was going to be a little bit more pricier for people to actually subscribe to. So it's a pretty cool thing. I'm pretty, like I said, I'm really happy with everybody. We haven't had a single person ask for a refund. So that's a good thing. Been 4 years. And I think we've grown exponentially. Those of you who were in the group, I think Bill was and a few other people were in the group before we got Glenn, before we got Casey with Life Changing. And then Casey joined. 2 weeks later, he had his boss Clint on. Clint was like, Clint paid, basically got it all, like 5 or 6 of his key people in Life Changing are on, like Addison and Chris Bowden and Tam Wayne and all that stuff joined it. So they were really happy. So we've got some good lenders, guys. We have lenders in this group, and Glenn's got the EMD and Gap, like I was saying earlier. So phenomenal opportunity for people to, you guys are like a resource group. It's peer to peer. So nothing else is like it. You guys kind of are, when you guys talk about your deals, we go and record it. I mean, somebody that's on the Zoom right now might be, you could have somebody in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, and somebody in Iredell, Colorado, which is like 3 miles from where I live. Nobody's ever heard of it. There's only like 200 people living there. It's like this little 2-way road that leads from Evergreen down to Denver through the mountain. And it's like, so you can have people in those, here's a perfect example though. Pippa Stewart joins our group in April. She finds a deal in Houston for a flip in Meridian, Texas, which is outside of Fort Worth. So she partnered with Sean Driscoll, who's been in our group for a while. And then Sean went to Glenn because they needed gap funding. After she got the gap funding to Edith, who's a realtor, and she's in our group from California. And then Life Changing did the loan. 5 people, 5 different states. The only people in Texas, are Life Changing. Everybody else is in 4 different states. We'll never meet, would never have met. So it's a great opportunity, guys, to do some peer-to-peer deals. Everybody knows about the Midwest Monster. If you don't know about it, phenomenal opportunity to get rental properties. And some people in the group have already worked with Cameron and Willie. And so it's a true opportunity. I think Jody Patel has got her first property, and she'll have $1,500 cash flow pretty quick. I forget when her refi is. It's coming up on the refi like this month or next month. And she'll have $1,500 cash flow after 3 months. It's a 100%. So post deals, Dutch, you want to post them in the Facebook group. I think I did just get you in there under your company name. I know I invited you on your personal name, but also on Agents Gather. If you need to do a call with Danny, I can connect you as well. So Eric has some of that information because Agents Gather, Daniel will actually use kind of some of his MLS resources to promote your deals too. If they're ready for like retail customers. If you're just looking for like investors and stuff, post them in the deal, CC me at Nate Marshall so I see them, because then I can sometimes direct traffic. Sometimes I've talked to you guys in the group, and somebody said, like somebody a couple months ago was like, I got $300,000 to deploy. Like then I can sit there and go, okay, I know this guy's in that market. I'll try to direct traffic and kind of make the connection. It's a little bit easier that way sometimes for me to do that because sometimes even I have to go back and look through the members directory and go who's who and who's what and all that stuff. So I try to make sure everybody's connected. That's probably the best way to do it, is just connect that way. But yeah, we can go through. Anybody else got any questions? Maria, so and this is your first time here, isn't it? We try to unmute you. Yeah, send them, just post them in the Facebook group. You guys know, everybody knows what the group is. The facebook.com/group/Private Money Associates. I'll put that in there. Yeah, let me try to get that real quick posted. Yeah, Facebook group. And I can connect you after our messenger and show you the actual address URL. So that way you guys have it. So I just pushed I actually pushed the AI button. They added some AI to Zoom. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's actually kind of cool, but I don't want to start playing with it until I get to know it. Because it's like, it's some weird stuff. So yeah, like I said, that is actually a great thing, is just to hit the Facebook group. And I can send that to anybody who needs it right now. If you don't know what it is, I'm sending it to you right now, Dutch. So yeah, so there's some good stuff going on. Anybody got any other questions? Let me try to send this to you. And then there's some things that they just don't let you do very easily, no matter how when I do them. I know you're in the group, so Dutch, so I don't think you're, because I added you as your business name. If anybody wants to do that as well, let me know. I just want to try not to have 1,000 different names. Because otherwise it gets confusing for people. I'll send this to you right now, Dutch, and then I'll be back talking in a second. Okay. Yeah, so it's facebook.com/group/private money associates. If anybody needs that, just send it to you, Dutch, and anybody else needs that. Okay. Let me try to let me see if I can do this real quick. Okay. Meeting group chat. I'm trying to push this to put this AI button where chat used to be, which is weird, so I'm trying to find where chat is again. Okay, let me try to see what. Okay, here you go. I found it. They moved some stuff around. They're like, hey, we're gonna put this button where this button was, and that's a button I use all the time. So it sucks when you're used to something being there all the time, and then they move it. And then, like Agents Gather, we don't have any pull with Zoom.
You
Yeah.
need, you need the link, I posted it for Private Money Associates Compound, or which one?
They're right there, Private Money Associates. Don't put compound. That was just a joke between Ari and I one night when I added
I have
compound.
it on Facebook as that, Private Money Associates Compound.
Well, that's what it is on the Facebook, but the actual URL is Private Money Associates. If you put compound in the URL, it won't bring it up. I thought about change. It was a thing one night because we were like, hey, we want to be more exclusive. Let's change it to like a kingdom, or I don't know. I saw some. It was one night we were like, this is a couple of years ago when we were on one night. It was like, hey, we need to we wanted to be a little bit more exclusive, and we'd seen people doing like kingdom and I forget mastermind, and we were just like, let's just add compound and make it sound like everybody, because you guys know who God, what's his name now? Dan Pena is. The guy, he's kind of loud, but he's a British. I think he's from Ireland or Britain. I can't remember which one. He has a cat. He actually owns a real small castle. It's a real castle, but it's small. And he brings people on. They pay him like 25 grand for a week. Yeah. So then it's like Anthony Robbins. Only he yells at people and stuff. So it's kind of like Anthony Robbins meets Gordon Ramsay. Pretty fast. The guy's pretty cool actually. I've watched a lot of his for YouTube stuff. So we kind of came up with the compound one night just to explain that. Anybody got anything they want to talk about, or I can take it unrecorded? Like I said, you can raise a hand, or I can open it all. Like I said, Vim kind of changed some things around. We try to go an hour, no more than. And if we got a lot of deals, then we can go 2 hours. So we can. I don't care, as long as we got deals going. Making sure we go 2 hours. Let me hear from Doris because Doris is gone. Let me try to get Doris up. How are you? I just saw you come on a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I didn't have internet until about 6 minutes ago.
Oh,
And
is
it finally
is that
So
storm related?
No, I think someone hit one of the internet line. Because I didn't have nothing. No, I couldn't get TV. So I knew the internet was out.
Because I still want to do analyze one of your deals, but I don't have Ari because he's working. I think he's on call. I don't think he actually deployed. Like he put his name in. So
If he's not there already, he ain't getting in.
yeah, no, I mean, yeah. Well, no, I mean they've got. I mean, I don't know how far they would go. I mean, it's I don't know. He's kind of in the thing where he's like, it's amazing because of his age or something. He said because he's older, and I'm like, we need paramedics. I mean, it's like they just sent 35 more people from Denver, Denver fire and stuff to them. They had 45 people there. They just sent another 35.
Yeah, that sounds like 100 from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
utility guy that put the electricity poles up. They said over 10 million people do not have electricity.
Yeah, Danny's got webcams on Agents Gather showing Florida from all his connections down there.
Yeah,
So-
it's horrible. Look like a bomb hit it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people affected. I know we've probably got a few people in the group are because we got some people in North Carolina, we got people in Florida, things like that. It was kind of like when we had the Houston stuff happen a few months ago. We had MJ and those people in Houston were on Pam, all those people. So it kind of sucks, you know, the Southeast and Texas and all that. They get it all the time. I just feel bad for them. I mean, we get wildfires here, but they get. I think a wildfire sometimes is better than a hurricane.
I don't know. Well, hurricane's quick and the fire can.
The thing about it is we're able to get resources on a fire a lot
Um,
locally because we're ready for it. Hurricanes a lot affects a wider area. We're able to get. I mean, we're able to get resources. I'm lucky that our fire department's really well equipped and they are well trained and they get out pretty quick. So they're able at least to protect people and get people evacuated out of the area first. So yeah, it's kind of cool. But yeah, so guys, a lot of stuff going on and it's just a constant flow, you know. And for those of you who don't really kind of when you see me posting in the morning, it's when I'm usually doing a lot of the posting and stuff. You guys see me do my thing at 7:50 my time. I do that 6 mornings a week. Usually it's just thoughts I throw together, like when I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, hey, I see something. The other day I saw something with, sometimes it's something that I see that's going on in other groups that I'm concerned about. I'm just trying to make everybody aware. Sometimes I actually want to be focused more on what we're doing, trying to tell everybody what you guys are doing. It's all about you guys. I'm trying to say you guys are getting deals done. People, if you're out there trying to get deals done, they need to come and join you guys because it's peer to peer and you guys and most of everybody that's been in the group for a while can help a lot of people and you can help yourself. So that's why I like this whole peer to peer thing. It evolved. I don't want to be. I had a conversation today with Drew Greco, who's the other Drew besides Drew Michael in our group. Drew's been in for about a year. He just hasn't used the resources. You guys probably see Drew post from once in a while on Facebook. I talked to him for about a half an hour this morning, and he said, that was the thing is like trying to use all the resources in the group because he said he's blown away. He's been watching, but he hasn't participated. I think some people are like that. They watch and and then they start watching what's going on. And I'm like, well, come on, because we can get deals done. He's watched a lot of deals happen. And for those of you who are new, I mean, I honestly think there's probably only about 10 to 12 people that I don't think use as much as some people do kind of at different times drop off or they drop, but we haven't anybody, like I said, I mean, Doris, you've been here longer. You know that the only people that have left are people that I removed for obvious I don't allow drama. I don't want people on here. Nobody's going to take advantage of people. If you guys have something else that's besides real estate that you want to talk to people about, I'm open to doing like a sharing day where people can post on the group and say, hey, everybody knows I have my hot sauce business. Jim Ingersoll does a sharing Sunday on his or sharing Saturday on his deal makers, and he does it and people post about other stuff and real estate. You can post your YouTube and all that. I've thought about doing that because I know Stan's doing and I think a few people from our group are on Stan's legal Zoom thing tonight. So I gave him permission because it's something I've used before. It's not if it's something cool. I mean, if you guys are doing anything, or if you're, I just don't want to I don't want to get too deep. We're gonna have a community on Reindeer for that kind of stuff. Like if you got grandkids that are selling Girl Scout cookies or whatever. I mean, that kind of stuff is kind of cool and it's worth it. I don't want to get into like, having a marketplace. That's kind of ridiculous. But if you wanted to do something like that, some kind of, or if there's something going on, you see a GoFundMe or something that's worth it. I don't have a problem with that either. Just check with me before you, because that way I want to kind of organize it in a way that people don't get upset about it. Because there are people that are like, oh, I think we're a pretty clean group and everybody knows each other. So I think that's an advantage. Other than we have a group of 30,000 people and somebody go post some GoFundMe link that has nothing to do with the group. That's a different story. I see that too, guys. I get in a lot of arguments in the college football group and the NFL group that I'm in. Because it sucks, or like, people hate my school for some reason, my football team. Just with Dion. Yeah, guys, what else? Anything else you guys want to talk about? Or I can take that off recording. Like I said, our goal is to have the recording on no longer than about 10 or 15 minutes. But if you guys have deals to talk about it, I think, I don't know, Doris, you were here a couple weeks ago. We thought that was pretty helpful when Ari did that people felt a lot more open to talk about things because people got to make that adjustment. If you're coming from a group of 20,000 people and you don't know any of them, you don't want to give out too much detail. You don't have to worry about that here. I think it's awesome. And I think, and this group's always going to stay for those of you who are newer, haven't been here. We're always going to keep this Facebook group and it's never going to be up. It's probably never going to be up more than about 200 people max. We're at 155 right now. Got a couple of new people coming on, and then I don't think it'll be over 160 really. So this is kind of like my advisory. It's kind of like having a, legislative body or advisory panel or whatever of 160 people. Then you guys can go over it in reindeer. You guys can actually set up your communities and all. You guys can. It's basically built for you guys because you guys are making revenue off of it. And like I said, I can't guarantee when that's going to kick in, but 100 subscribers should come. I think a lot of people are going to like $99. They can come in if they don't like it. They can download a lot of stuff for $99 and then quit. I mean, and I kind of have to realize nobody's going to be able to download that much stuff though in a month. I guarantee it because it took me 4 years to build all this. I know what I spent. I spent probably about 50 grand and probably a couple thousand hours. So because I'm at 250 Zooms tonight. So including about 80 something that I did myself outside of the group. So I mean, we take very few times off. Monday was important because we were doing a thing with Cajun Navy. I was doing some rescues, and some of my friends that are former firefighters, we kind of met. There's a program called Zello, not to be confused with Zillow, Zallo, kind of like Mellow Yellow, the drink, Zello.com. And what it does is it allows you to turn your cell phone into a push-to-talk walkie-talkie and just use your 2 buttons, and it's like using a radio. So a couple of years ago in the 2017 hurricane, we set up in a garage one night, and all of us were former firefighters. We all had emergency management experience. We sat on these whiteboards, and we were kind of contacting these people in Texas and Louisiana who are overwhelmed, and we're not in the storm, so we're able to write down and track a lot of stuff for them. So we try to do that Monday night. They've since organized a little bit better, and they require background checks and stuff. So before they let people do that now, which I understand. Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, Ginger just said it too in her post, guys. No one in here everybody here is really friendly. I mean, we sometimes we have to take the recording off after an hour because we get a little entertaining talking about other things. It's open, it's friendly, it's supposed to be warm. If you guys, like I said, I'm almost prepared to go about 2 hours. We generally, if it's slow tonight, we'll probably cut off in about 10 minutes, just to everybody. We've never been able to find a perfect night where we can get 40 or 50 people here. I do post it on the Zoom. I do post it in the group. I do post it at Agents Gather. That way I know people watch it that aren't on for whatever reason. You guys get busy. If you're ever going to be missed, don't apologize or say I can't make it or whatever. Let me know, because if there's something important that you need, then I'm going to make sure you get it. Everybody can kind of attest to that. Making sure that you guys get that information. If you are going to be late, if you're going to be like 45 minutes or so late, like might start at 5:45, and if I start at 5:45 my time, you're not going to be on it. Hit me up at least so you don't try to log on and we're already done. Because like I said, it starts slowing down about this time. And I want to make sure that you guys know that if you're going to be later, I want to make sure I can connect with you one-on-one if you need to, and then you can watch the video. But like I said, that just helps you out, so you don't rush home. You're going to be late, and then I don't want you, like I said, if you're going to miss a night, just don't feel bad about it. It's there's nothing on these Zooms that I can't get you the video so you can catch up on. And, everybody knows I'm pretty easy to get a hold of, unless it's 3 in the morning. I've had people hit me up at 2 or 3 in the morning. I got my deal funding. They're not even in the group. They want me to get their deal funded in 2 days because their lender disappeared. But that's not happening. I can tell you guys here, and you guys all know this by now from lenders you've worked with. If you give me 14 to 21 business days, government business days, we can probably find a solution with a lender. But I got hit up twice, and Doris, you've heard this story about 20 times. What about with what?
Darn it, Nate! I was going to freaking give you a call tonight at 3 o'clock.
Because you got a closing at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yeah, darn it!
Damn it! I don't think I can do that. So I got hit up twice at my parents' house on Christmas Eve, the afternoon Sunday this last year. I was watching I forget if the Broncos were playing. Somebody was playing. I was watching NFL with my dad, and I got like texts from like 2 people an hour. Hey, my lender's disappeared. Ironically, neither of the 2 people saying that knew each other, but both of them had the same lender, the same fake lender. They literally had given EMD and everything. And it's like, I can't help you. It's like tomorrow's Christmas Day. The next day, no one's going to work. Probably the next day. Probably the next day. And then it's Friday. It's like, don't. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to take the Veterans Day off. We're going to take Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday we're not doing a Zoom on Thanksgiving week. We don't do Zooms on Christmas week. Memorial Day, Labor Day, July 4th. Nate missed my birthday. You guys who don't know me yet know I actually trademarked my birthday. Just because it was a joke. That was another joke like 20 years ago. I started calling my birthday like that Festivus joke on Seinfeld. I put Nate miss. It's like my birthday is July 11th, which is also National Slurpee Day, which I take partial credit for. So if you go to 7-Eleven on my birthday, you get a free Slurpee. I don't think you should probably drop my name. They probably don't know who I am, but hey,
I'm July 12th.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, July 12th.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So yeah, guys, I appreciate you talking. Sometimes letting me ramble. I want to get more deals. Like I said, I want you guys to bring deals, talk about deals, talk about. And like I said, the best thing I can do is connect you guys afterwards, and you guys go get the deal done. And a week later, hey, you tell me the deal's done. The deal's getting done. I'm like, I'm happy. I love that. It's the best thing in the world when I know people are getting deals done, even if you guys aren't doing them on the Zoom. The Zoom is better for people to talk to, meet, connect, and then basically go offline and get the deal done. That's how this thing works. It's a beautiful thing. I think it's organically. Like there's not a lot of in this group that I have to adjust. Everything right now I'm going and putting into Reindeer, and it's all the stuff that I can't do here. I can do it because Danny's going to build it for me. He's totally like everything that I've told him I want to do, he can do. I can't do that with Mark Zuckerberg unless anybody's got his direct cell phone. Other than that, guys, I appreciate it tonight. Some good feedback, some good questions. Nick, I can talk to you tomorrow or something, or even tonight offline about, everything, trying to get you involved.
Sure, tonight or tomorrow. No,
Yeah.
I mean, just give me till like next Monday so this hurricane stuff dies down because I have a house I got to finish. I've been kind of stagnant for a second.
No, I can do that. I mean, like I said, I just want to talk to you more like on the phone or something, kind of let you answer some questions because sometimes messengers.
Absolutely, and I love your consistency with sending me the information because I looked through all of it and I really appreciate it. This is exactly what I've been looking for.
Cool. All right. Well, I can talk to you later on. I can talk to you tomorrow too, and then we can whatever, and then get everybody through the hurricane because we got a lot of people in our group affected by it as well. Like I said, I got a lot of.
I have a lender and borrower that I'm connecting, and they want to have a call in 2 minutes. So that's my only.
Yeah, no problem. Just drop off. Just text me when you're free, and if we can do it tonight, we can do it tonight. If not, we'll do it tomorrow. I'm flexible. I'm flexible like that. I let everybody know what my schedule is. Here's the times to get a hold of me, and here's the only time when it's complicated when I'm driving. I have an app that turns my phone that won't let me answer when I'm driving.
I swear, sometimes the way they change apps to driving mode, I was like, you're gonna make me crash.
I've been good with robocall. The only problem is sometimes like when I first got it, it blocked my mom. We don't recognize this number. My mom's called me every day for like 10,000 years.
Oh no. She's like, you have the police show up your door for a wellness check.
No, I mean, it showed me when I stopped. It showed me when she called, so I was able to call her. But then I got her the robocall thing, and I told her get this because she was getting a lot of calls, and my parents are all, they're in their 80s now. They don't need to hear, and my mom's like, this is like it blocks everybody. I'm like, so my mom had to delete it.
But that happened with my parents too. She was like, hang on, I gotta add your number. I was trying to get a hold of them because they're in their 80s.
Hey, I know you're gonna go real quick, but hey, Ari, speaking of Ari, he's coming on right now.
Yeah, I was going to tell you he was sending a chat saying, let me in.
No, I missed it because while I was talking to everybody, hey Ari, I saw you, dude. Hey, we were just talking about you. We're seeing if you're gonna deploy or not. Let me try to unmute you. All right, what's up? I should be logging on. There you go. Or not. Hey, Ari, I'm trying to meet you. Are you there? Maybe you didn't see that yet. I'm trying to text him real quick.
Hey, I gotta run, Nate. Talk to you.
All right, cool.
All right, see ya. Bye.
Cool. Trying to get Ari to unmute.
Yeah, I'm unmuted. What's up?
Not much,
did I
dude.
miss?
Sorry. Everything.
Okay. I don't care.
Just doing some updates. Harry, are you are deploying or not?
I don't know yet.
Wow. Shit,
Did,
Denver just sent like 35 more people.
yeah. Was Bill on tonight?
Johnson? Or Dan
Uh,
Jealous?
Yeah,
Or Dan-
Donna Jealous.
No, he wasn't on tonight. I was surprised. He's normally been
Yeah.
pretty consistent lately.
Yeah. I'll have to talk to you afterwards. You're not, I don't know. There's drama.
All right. Let me take it off recording.
Nah, I'm not gonna talk about